Hi Kitty Pies, it's Lanikia, and I'm coming to you with another Young and the Restless video. I'm sorry this is late. Thursdays are my extremely busy days, and so I'm just now getting the time to actually do this video. But I'm going to try to work on my time management on Thursday so I can get it out to you a little earlier. So this won't be a long video because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Okay, so we start off with Nikki and Victoria talking, and she just tells Victoria, she's extremely disappointed in her father, and it's going to be hard for her to forgive him for the things he's accusing Ashland of, and she doesn't know how she's going to be able to move past it, knowing that her father thinks so little of her opinion and everything. And that was pretty much it. But when she left that restaurant with Nikki, she did try to call Michael because I think Nikki just told her the things Nikki was saying to her about we need to find out, just to be on the safe side, just to find out, if this is true or not. And I think it kind of got to her because she did try to reach out to Michael, um, just to double check and see. Of course, Michael is still missing, so that brings us to um, Ashland and excuse me, that brings us to Lauren and Kevin. And so Lauren is worried because Michael has went almost 2 days without contacting her, and that is not like him because he knows the kind of woman he's married to, so he knows he needs to reach out. And so she's talking to Kevin about this, and at first he's not worried, but the more she tells him, and she tells him he was on assignment with Victor, he does kind of like, we should look into this. And she tells Chloe comes up, and Chloe wants to talk business, but she's like, listen, I don't have time for this right now. I gotta go. There's something I need to check into. And so she leaves, and that gives Chloe and Kevin time to talk. And he tells her, you know what? I'm kind of starting to feel that way. I'm kind of starting to feel that, I should just look into this about Michael. Because Chloe again was telling Kevin that she thinks everything is fine. So then we see that Lauren actually goes over to Victor's off, Newman Enterprise, and they're in Adam's office because Victor is visiting Adam, and Nikki is there, and they're all talking and everything, just about, Victor lets Adam know that Ashland called his bluff, and he doesn't have the information because Michael has not reached back out to him. So he's worried now because he's like, I need this information. And so now they're worried about Michael. And then Nikki comes in and she tells them that, hey, Victoria is very upset, and she said this, this could be damaging to the relationship forever because she's so upset about this. And so Adam is like, well, we need to find Michael, and we can't find him. And then Lauren walks in, and Lauren's just like, keep going, I want to hear what you got to say about my husband. So she tells Victor, we can either do this in private or with an audience. So he asks Nikki and Adam to leave. And so once Nikki and Adam leaves, Victor tries to reassure Lauren, but it's not reassuring because he tells her, sweetheart, it's okay. He's gonna be back. And she's like, Victor, if anything happens to Michael, I'm blaming, holding you responsible for this because you sent him on this mission. So then when Lauren leaves, Victor tries to call his man, and he still cannot find. He told him, find Michael. We need to find Michael. So when Adam and Adam and Nikki and everything comes back, Victor just reinstates that, they have to find Michael for this information that he had. So that makes Lauren go back over to Kevin and Chloe, and she tells them that visiting Victor was not reassuring. She knows something is seriously wrong. And Kevin is like, okay, if Michael does not contact us by the morning, then I'm going to get my cop buddies involved. So now you have Kevin, Lauren, and their family getting involved in this trying because of Michael and Ashland's lie. So then we go to Nate and Ashland are in Ashland's office, and Nate is just wanting to know, hey, did you lie about, like, I've heard this rumor and I can't believe it. Just reassure me that this is false. And Ashland does his best to reassure Nate that the rumor is not true, that somebody is behind this, and he doesn't know who. He tried to again kind of act like it was Victor, but nobody's believing that because Nate said Victor would not say something like this unless he was sure. Like, he doesn't come at you without the proof, the evidence, and everything. Like, he would have to have been sure that this was a lie, this was truthful for him to come at you. And Nate says, I know, I'm just trying to figure out who gave Victor this information, and that's trying to turn him and the family against me, because this has been my biggest accomplishment. He said something about like accomplishment with Victoria and all that. And Nate said, you look at your marriage to Victoria as an accomplishment? And Ashland was like, of course not. I was just saying, Victoria wanted the merger, and that's a great accomplishment. I love Victoria and everything. And that's when Victoria comes into the office, and she's talking to Nate as well. And Ashland, and she kind of tells Nate, we're so glad that you're on our side. I know that we can depend on you. Can you please talk to my dad? And he was like, I've heard all these rumors and everything. And Ashland knows that Nate's not really on their side, because he's trying to convince him. He's trying to talk him into it. But when Nate gets ready to leave, he tells him, hey, I would love to talk to you later on about the position with Locke and Newman and Locke. And Nate's just like, okay. So then Nate goes and speaks to Elena. And she doesn't want to know what's going on. She's not pressuring him to tell her what's going on. But she tells him, because she could see that he's worried about it. She says, well, maybe they just don't like Ashland. Maybe Victor doesn't want, Ashland to have part of the company and all that. And she said, he told her if it was just Victor, okay, I'd be like, well, this is just business. She said, but it was Nick. He told her it's Nick who came to me. And she said, oh, the golden heart of the Newmans. And he was like, I don't know. He was like, something in my gut is telling me something's off. And she says, listen, you are a great surgeon because you've always followed your gut instincts. If something's telling you there's something off about what Ashland is saying, then I would say follow that, because he's not buying into Ashland. He's starting to think that there is truth to what is being said. And he says, don't worry, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. So now we have Nate getting to the bottom of this with Ashland. So it's the Newmans, it's Kevin and Lauren, and now it's Nate. And because Ashland's lie is just growing and growing, because they all want to protect Victoria. Plus, they don't want to think, as Nate told Ashland, you would have to be a despicable person to plan this for this long. But it is what it is. So then we see, I'm just making sure that I hit everyone today. So then we see Victoria and Ashland. So wrapping up them, Victoria and Ashland are in the office alone. And he's like, I want to know that you believe me. Now, I don't think Victoria 100% believes him, but she wants to not be wrong about this. That's how I feel. And so she tells him, yes, I believe you. But if you 100% believed him, there would have been no need to call Michael. And so she tells Ashland, I believe you and I trust you, and I'm so angry at my father and everything, but to seal the deal, she has him sign the documents, making him co-CEO of the company. No, mama. So she has him sign the documents, and he's like, oh my gosh, Victoria, this means so much, you know, that you trust me like that. So she pretty much gave away her daddy company. And I'm just hoping that Victoria made him sign some weird documents that are not truthful. But knowing, Alexa, stop. But knowing her, she probably didn't. So that's how Young and the Restless went off. She signed away, made Ashland co-CEO. So Victor, it's too late. I mean, all this is going to come out eventually, and I don't know how this is going to play out, but don't let it play out too long. All right, guys, that was Young and Restless today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Again, I'm sorry the video was so late. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.